everyone, it's Sarah and welcome to my crochet channel. This is step number 4 in our spring crochet along, the Mama Chick. And we've already previously showed you how to make the baby chicks, and now we're showing you how to make the Mama Chick. We did step 1 where we did the first 6 rows. Step 2 we did on up around the chick, the body of the mama, and the tail feathers. Then we did for step 3 closing up the back and around the neck. Today for step 4 we're going to finish up the mama chick's head and close that up, and then we're going to come back in and make the beak and attach it and also do the eye. In step 5 tomorrow, which will be our last step in our spring crochet along, I'm going to show you how to make a pillow form to go inside your mama chick, or how to stuff her, whichever way you prefer, and then how to close it up so she's all ready to play with for Easter and for spring. So here's the one that we've been working on together, and we've worked up through mama chick's neck like I said, and I'm going to be finishing off with the lavender because that's the color I began with. It's an orchid purple. And we're still using our H-hook and our scissors. But you're also going to need a small amount of black for the eyes and orange for the beak, or whatever colors you prefer. You can use any colors that you prefer, and that goes with the colors that you chose for your mama chick. Oh, and remember, you can always find the videos for the Mama Chick in my YouTube playlist under Spring Crochet Along, Mama Chick, and you can also find the free crochet pattern down in the notes underneath this video. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're changing colors. And you don't have to change colors here if you don't want to. It's just up to whatever colors you chose for your mama chick. We're going to put those ends inside, and we're just going to chain 1 just to snug everything down. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to lay mama chick flat like we did here. And we're going to be stitching through both thicknesses. Alright, so we ended with 28 half double crochets. So now we're going to have 14 across because we're going to go through both thicknesses. Alright, make sure she's nice and flat. Yarn over, go through the first stitch on this side and the first stitch, oh there it is, on this side, and stitch that half double crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3. Let me show you up on top so you can see what I'm doing. We're stitching half double crochets going through this side and, oops, already got that one, this side. And we're stitching mama chick together, or I should say mama chick's head together. Yarn over, go through the 2 loops on this side and the 2 loops on this side, and stitch that half double crochet. So we're closing up mama's head. And like I said, you had 28 stitches around, so we're folding her in half, and you should have 14 half double crochets across. I completed my row of half double crochets stitching through both sides of the top of mama chick's head, and you need to have 14 half double crochets across. We're going to chain 1 and turn, and now we're going to form the top of mama chick's head. So what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet in the first stitch, Then we're going to half double crochet in the next. We're going to stitch 2 double crochets in the next stitch. Then we'll repeat that and stitch 2 double crochets in the next stitch. The next stitch we'll only stitch 1 double crochet. Now we're going to stitch 1 half double crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll stitch a single crochet in the last 3. 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll slip stitch in that last stitch and chain 1. And you can see the shape already forming of the Momma chick's head. We did that chain 1, and we're going to turn, and we're going to do 1 more row on the top of Momma chick's head. We're going to slip stitch in the first 2 stitches. Then we're going to single crochet in the next 3. We'll half double crochet in the next 3. Then we'll double crochet in the next 4. Oops. We'll single crochet in the next 3. And then we'll end with those last 2 slip stitches. 1 and in that last stitch, 2. And then Momma Chick's head is complete. We'll tie that off. And we'll weave that in. Let me grab my needle. There we go. And we'll just weave that in. Now, because this is a toy and something to play with or set out, it doesn't really have a front and a back. We want both sides to be pretty. So what we'll do is just work that right back in, making sure we stay in the same color of yarn, because we want that to stay put, because if this is going to get played with kids, or played with by kids, we want it to stay put. We don't want it to come undone. And so I give myself a little bit of yarn, about, 6 or 7 inches, and just weave that in back and forth until practically all that yarn is gone. Give it a little clip. And that's how the Momma Chick's head should look. All right, let's make Momma Chick's beak. We're going to make our slip knot, and then we're going to chain 5 chains. All right, now we're going to slip stitch in the second chain from the hook. So there's the first one. We'll go in the second and stitch a slip stitch. Then we'll go in the next chain and stitch a single crochet. We'll go in the next chain and stitch a half double crochet. And then we'll stitch a double crochet in that last chain. And that's going to give us a nice shape for our Momma beak. All right, now we're going to cut our yarn. We're going to leave ourselves a good amount of yarn so we have some to sew that onto our Momma beak's face. So we'll go ahead and tie that off. And we'll grab our Momma beak here, or our Momma chick, and her beak. And now it's up to you where you want to put it. I like it about right here. You can put it lower, you can put it higher. It's totally up to you. But I like to kind of line it up about the row right there underneath where we have that last row there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand up inside so I can kind of line it up like this and hold it. I'm going to go right in those stitches and come right up. And just move down the beak and try to watch, make sure I've got it centered on both sides. And then I'm just going to take this and go inside. Okay, then I'm going to take that other end that I started with, get it in my needle there, and I'll do the same thing on this side, only I'm coming from the bottom. And we want to try to stay as neat as possible. But we also want our beak to stay put on our chick. Okay, and then we'll go inside with that one also. We'll take a look at it, see if it's where we like it. All right, then we're going to go inside Momma chick. Where'd my needle? There we go. I want to make a couple more stitches just to get them down there together. I like to make a little loop, and then I'll take these two ends and tie a knot. I know in crochet we should never tie knots, but I do on something like this because I want it to stay put on the inside. And you know, I always like to tie 3 knots and cut it. Now, the next thing we're going to do is the eye, but while we're in here, you do know you have a few ends that you need to tidy up where you changed color. So don't forget that. We'll have to come back in and tidy that up. All right, so here's Momma chick. Here's her beak. And now we're going to put on an eye. And if you've made the chick, we're going to do it pretty much the same way. Cut off a piece of black yarn or whatever color you want to do for your Momma chick. You can give her a blue or a green or a brown or whatever color eye that you want to. Now, if you'll notice on this one, I put the eye right, made it too high. I put the eye right here on this line, and see where the Momma chick is, her beak is. All right, so that one's been well played with, I'll have to tell you. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go in about 3 stitches and just make a slant. And one thing that's important when you're doing this, I went through the holes and now I'm going to go through stitches, and we want to make sure it's not going to come out, and so we want to make sure that we go through a couple of stitches. All right, so I pulled that one down just a little far. I'm going to go back up a little. All right, and now I'm going to go to the other side because the chick has an eye on both sides, right? All right, so let's make sure this is lined up. There we go. And we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll go through those stitches so it stays put. Make a couple of loops. Now be careful when you put your eye on. If you slant it too far in, it might look mean or something, but you just be careful, make sure it's where you like it. All right. So there's our eye. And we'll do the same thing. We'll go right to the inside of the chick and pull those threads in. There's the one side. And this one's a little short. I probably should have left myself just a little bit more yarn. And we'll go right in and pull that to the inside. Because again, we want this eye to stay put because we want it to be played with. All right. And then we'll just tie those 3 knots so it stays put. 1, 2, and 3. Now, this is on the inside of your chicken, so if you want, or your chick, I should say, not chicken, although you could make it look like a chicken. If you want your eye, or you're worried about your eye, the knot coming undone, and the same thing with the beak, you can always add a dot of fray check or fabric glue, and that is just fine. It's on the inside. It's not going to hurt anything. All right, so there is the top of our mama chick head, I should say, and the eye and the beak. So here is our mama chick. She's all ready to play with her baby chicks, except she needs to be stuffed. And so for tomorrow's video, step 5 of our spring crochet along, I'm going to show you how you can make a really simple pillow form so that her stuffing stays inside, or you can just stuff her. Both ways work just fine. And then I'll show you how to close her up so she's all ready to be played with.